Thank you everyone for your patience. Okay, so we will begin now. Well, good morning everyone. I would like to begin this session with a quote. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can always control how we respond to it. If we pause for a moment and reflect on this thought, especially during such times of uncertainty, it raises an important question for all of us. How do we remain mentally strong and emotionally balanced when the world around us feels so unpredictable? That is exactly what today's session is about. A very warm welcome to everyone joining us today. On behalf of Fidelity United Insurance and Prospera Global, I would like to thank each one of you for taking the time out to join us for this webinar on staying mentally strong in uncertain times. My name is Nancy, and I will be moderating today's session. We understand that many individuals and families are currently navigating a period of uncertainty and change. During such times, it is completely natural to experience stress, anxiety, or emotional fatigue. While we often focus on managing practical challenges around us, it is equally important that we take a moment to focus on our mental and emotional well being as well. Today's session has been designed especially to explore the below: understanding the emotional responses during uncertain times, practical techniques to manage stress and anxiety, ways to build emotional resilience and maintain balance, and how we can support not only ourselves but the people around us, our families, communities, colleagues, and friends. We are truly delighted to have with us today a wonderful speaker who will guide us through this important conversation. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Ragini, a wellness coach and mental well-being advocate who has been working extensively in the areas of emotional resilience, mindfulness, and personal growth. Through her work, she has supported many individuals and organizations in developing practical tools to manage stress, strengthen emotional balance, and navigate challenging situations with greater clarity and confidence. Today, she will be sharing valuable insights and practical strategies that can help all of us to stay mentally strong and emotionally balanced during uncertainties. Well, at the end of the session, we will have a question and answer segment as well. So you could please put your questions in the chat box down, and Ms. Ragini shall address them at the end of the session. Additionally, for anyone who may wish to explore their concerns in more depth, we will also be sharing on how you can connect for a one-on-one consultation session after the webinar. With that, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Ragini to begin this session. Over to you, Ragini. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy, for a wonderful start to the program. And I welcome all of you. Nancy, before I begin, could you also enable me to share? I cannot see the sharing option on my screen. I would like to share a couple of slides with the participants. So could you, in the meanwhile,
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I am Ragini, your facilitator for the day. And a lot of has been already said by Nancy. We are all here today because we feel, the world feels heavy for most of us. In between so much global unrest, economic shifts, constant digital noise around ourselves, our nervous system is asked to process a lot. So much so that the psychologists say that it teams up to almost 99 Netflix channels, which is our subconscious brain. So today, when we start, I would like to tell all of you that it is not about fixing the world. Definitely, there are things which are not in our control, but it is definitely about fortifying you so you can navigate without losing your center. With this, I would like to share a couple of exercises. I'll just let you know the flow of the entire program. There are a couple of mindfulness exercises. There are certain tricks and tips that you can keep up your sleeves whenever there is an unrest, whenever you feel there's a sense of overwhelmness, you see it around your family, friends, at your workspace, you can definitely try that. When we see the headlines of unrest or notice around us, our amygdala is a small organ in our brain. It gets triggered. And when amygdala gets triggered, our thinking and our logics and our reasoning is overpowered. The body gets into a flight and a fright mode. Either you run away from the situation or you are extremely ready to fight it out. But the body cannot differentiate between the threat which is happening in your backyard or which is happening on your screen. We are here to differentiate between the threats because as soon as there is a threat on your screen or in your backyard, in your life, in your consciousness, your body and your mind sees that as a possible problem. But not all threats are problem. We cannot change things around us very significantly at times. But what we can definitely do is we can brace ourselves to, handle the issues more tactfully and in a more significant way. All right, just if my screen is visible to everybody, I would like a thumbs up from all of you.
Yes, please.
It is. Thanks, Nancy. So, when we start today, I would like all of you to sit very calmly and I'll tell you the first activity or the first exercise of the day. If you could please sit up straight, your back straight, we are going to just experience box breathing. So, now what is box breathing? Box breathing basically is a way to focus on your breathing so that the chaos around you slowly traverses to the calmness. How you do it? You can see on my screen, I have written 4, 4, 4, and 4. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4 in your mind and then you inhale. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4 and then you hold the breath. Then again, you count 1, 2, 3, 4 and you exhale through your mouth. And then you allow yourself to be for 1, 2, 3, 4. And we do this 3 times. I'm going to give you the count so that you can focus on your breathing. I'll say inhale and exhale for the first time. And in the second and the third time, I'll only give you a count. Are we ready to start?
Yes, please.
I'm assuming yes, we are. All right. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale with your mouth open 1, 2, 3, 4. And come back 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale with your mouth open 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax 1, 2, 3, 4. One last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And come back 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are back. You can share in the chat how do you feel Or you can, I think, Nancy, can they just send an emoji or a reaction?
Chetan?
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would like them to respond, if not through messages. I mean, if not speaking on the camera, but okay. All right. All right. I can see a thumbs up. I can see
A few,
applause.
yeah, a lot of thumbs up, yes.
All right. Great. Moving on. We are living in a time of extreme uncertainty, and last couple of days has been very tough for most of us. And as soon as, our brain starts seeing these things, noticing these things, we start to perceive threat. Like I said few minutes back, the logic and the reasoning is overpowered. We are not able to differentiate between emotions. Are we scared? Are we nervous? Or are we just insecure? What are we? A very famous psychologist had once said that how do you deal with emotional navigation? The best is to name it, to tame it. Which brings us to our next activity, which is naming your emotions. It is also known as the exercise of emotional literacy. We all have a weather inside our body. Yeah. So for today, I have categorized the weather inside our body into three different types of weather, which is sunny, foggy, and stormy. You can see that on the slide. So if you feel sunny, could you please drop a heart? If you are feeling foggy, please drop a thumbs up. And if you're feeling stormy, an applaud would work. I'll give you 30 seconds for this. Okay. I can see a few foggy hands. Cool.
Hi everyone. While we are doing this, just to increase the engagement and maximize the activity, let us encourage and switch on our cameras. I mean, those of you can, so that there is a lot more engagement and we can see each other as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. That just works the best. Thank you, Ankit. I can see some heart. So there's fog, there's storm. The sun is a little less. All right. Great. You can also do that you can also just send a reaction so that it is there on the screen, if not on the chat window. All right. Okay, assuming everyone has internalized how their internal weather today is, let us come to the second segment of today's workshop, which is the circle of influence. In our life, like we've always heard, that there are 5 important people you go back to always. There are 10 people you can have tea with. There are 50 people you visit homes. There are 100 people you know and you call them acquaintances, friends. Uh, Psychologists have divided this into a very beautiful circle known as the circle of concern. Now, what is circle of concern? Within that, there is a circle of concern, a circle of influence, and a circle of control. We live in a world where either we are influenced by something or we do influence somebody. Now, the circle of concern are the things that we are concerned about while we are living in this world, which can be war, global health, education, climate, cleanliness around us, how the world is shaping up in the sectors of medicine, education, environment, global warming, all these things that indirectly they do impact our lives, but then we cannot do we cannot bring like a very big significant change. We can definitely take baby steps. We can go by our own pace. So this is known as the circle of concern. On the other hand, there is a circle of control. Something as simple as that. What are you eating for today's breakfast? What would you wear for today's work? How are you going to deal with an important meeting? How are you going to talk to your kids today? What kind of tea would you like to have with your friends? What kind of meal would you like to eat? These are the things which is in our control. And with so much noise around us, with so much social media around us, which is constantly bombarding us with a lot of content, the circle of concern takes the front seat rather than the circle of control. There are things that we definitely cannot control, and this is why I'm here to help you demarcate between these two. And how do we do this? Again, we bring back to grounding ourselves. And when I say that we bring ourselves back to grounding, there is a mindful technique I'm going to share with you, which is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Again, with all of yours permission, I would like all of you to sit straight, feel yourself in the room, and slowly listen, pay attention to what I'm saying. In the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, look around for 5 things in your room, the place where you're sitting, and just take a mental note of it. 5 things around you. All right. Now, can you physically feel 4 things? It could be your skin, your hair, the pen that you have on your table, maybe a glass of water, or anything that you can feel physically. 4 things that you can feel physically around you. Awesome. Now, I would like to draw your attention to 3 sounds that you can hear around you right now. It could be a fan or an AC, your own voice, maybe some background noise, traffic, or if you're in an office space, people. Moving ahead, I would like you to identify 2 scents around you. Could be the lotion that you've used today, or maybe your hair, or anything which is around you. And one is I would like you to taste, which is one thing around you. Just to on a lighter note, while I was doing this exercise sometime back with a group of leadership professionals, a lady was there with a child, and when I said, "Can you taste one thing around you?" and she said, "Ma'am, we are not sitting with snacks around us." She was sitting with her child, and the child very smartly said, "Mama, but I think you can still taste your lips with your tongue." And that was something really brilliant that came up from a 7-year-old. So yeah, why not?
Yeah.
All right. So understand why this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise is important. When all your energy is scattered everywhere, your mind is at the beach where you want to be, but your body is in office, and your emotions are with your kids staying in your house, and they're looking forward for mama or papa to come back, or your pets to come back and embrace them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 helps you to ground yourself in the present self, in the physical self. So, whenever you start feeling that there is a spur of anxiety in you, this is something very simple. And Nancy, if you would like, I'll leave these slides with you so that you can share these with the larger audience, and they can always refer to them.
Sure. You can do that. Thank you. Yeah, please.
So this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise will help you gather you all around together within yourself. And like I said in the beginning of the program, that today we are here to feel more centered within our body. Again, I would like you to check the internal weather. If it has not changed, do not worry. Just accept it wholeheartedly. If you have moved from stormy to foggy, wonderful. If you have moved from foggy to sunny, my pleasure. But if you are still at foggy or stormy, that is okay. We will take our time. Every individual takes their own time to internalize their internal weather and feel for themselves. All right. With this, I would request all of you to write one thing which is uncontrollable and you're concerned about. It's not for sharing. If you want to share, well and good, but this is for your own self. Can you all write one thing which is uncontrollable, and it is a part of the circle of concern for you? It could be how the entire world's temperature in the summers would have dropped by
Currently, yeah. Currently, yes.
yes, yeah. Or it could be how we can have flowers all around. If you are fond of flowers and plants, how can we have flowers all around? Or how can humans and animals coexist peacefully? Something which is an area of your concern, but it is not controllable. I'm assuming everyone has written that. Now, I would invite all of you to write one thing which is in your control. Something really simple like taking bath daily, having a
Maybe,
cup of green tea daily,
yeah, your meals daily
your
on
meals
time.
daily. Yes, people who pray prayers for them daily.
Yes.
Now keep this in front of your eyes for next 1 week and check how have you demarcated in your own body within your circle of concern to your circle of control. Now again, I'll take you to the box breathing so that all of you come back to the session after a lot of thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are back.
Perfect.
Great. Awesome. You can see on my screen I have shared something called as digital hygiene.
Yes.
All these years, we have been thinking of hygiene as something brushing your teeth twice daily, taking bath with soap and clean water, drinking clean, purified water, drinking clean food. Today, we'll talk about digital hygiene. You know, you'll be surprised to know we are the first generation of humans which has 24 hours of, outrage machine in our pockets. You're right, your mobile phones or the electronic devices that is becoming portable, but somewhere the overuse or the misuse of it is becoming dangerous for us. So we will talk today about the digital hygiene because a lot of information is coming from your digital machines. There's an information overload. And you would wonder why digital hygiene is important. We would like to stay informed. We would like to stay abreast of whatever is happening in the world. Now, I have a glass of water here. All right. It's a beautiful glass gifted to me by my father. This is hand done, and I always carry it when I do my sessions. So you have a glass of water, and if Nancy asks for some water from my glass, I can share half because she's thirsty. Okay, she needs water. Ankita asks for the other half. Okay, I'm empathetic. I feel for people. I give him that half. Now, after 30 minutes, I'm thirsty. What do I do? Understand, empathy is finite. Like many other resources, empathy is finite. You cannot overpour empathy in a comment section for 1 hour or just while scrolling your mobile phone for news. You have to keep some for yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And this is why digital hygiene is very important. Now, the first thing says we should be on a low information diet. People are on a zero fat diet, keto diet. I would recommend you should be on a low information diet. By now, we should have developed the understanding of demarcating what piece of news is really important for us. Now, when we have understood what is important for us, we have to keep restricted that for ourselves. There's no harm in knowing what is happening in the world, but also understand you have to keep your cup full. You cannot pour your entire cup and be without anything in your cup and give into that news. So all the update is not needed. Please mark my words. I say this with a lot of authority and compassion and empathy that all the news that is happening in the world is not needed for you. What do we do then? We restrict our time on how much time are we spending in scrolling the news. Two things I can definitely suggest you as a certified NLP practitioner, that the moment you get up, do not touch your phone. The moment you touch your phone, your brain tells you that start looking for potential threats, especially in the time of unrest. So for 15 minutes, do not touch your phone. What do you do then? Simply rub your palm, feel the warmth on your face, look around, mentally plan for the day. This that can be something as simple as, okay, I'll get up, I'll get ready, I have a meeting, so I'll first prepare my tea, or I'll go and give a hug to my child, or I'll go and give a hug to my pet, or I'll just go and look at my plants. But for first 15-20 minutes, do not touch your phone. Second cardinal rule that you must follow is do not look at your phone 15 minutes before you go to the bed. How do you spend those 15 minutes? Just think about the day. Do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or box breathing, or simply sip onto a glass of water and maybe read something light. But the low info diet is strictly telling you to not dwell on the news so much. Next
Yeah.
comes is the action filter. When you consume a news, Nancy, how many times that has happened if you are reading that a new Apple product has been launched in the market globally? How much time do you spend on that versus a colleague of you has called you before night and saying that, Nancy, I need a small help from you? Which is your circle of concern now?
No, I would pay attention to my friend.
Perfect. So here is the answer. Here is the demarcation. So the action filter tells you, even if you consume news, if you are not able to take action on certain things, please keep it in the box. You know it, keep it in the box. You ask yourself, does this news really allow me to take a constructive action? If not, then please consider that as an emotional junk food. And we are all adults here, so I do not need to tell you what junk food does to your body. So, similarly, you should understand by now what emotional junk news will do to your mental health. So, please start putting news, also compartmentalize news to something that you can do, something you can do about, something you cannot do anything about. So, action filter is that. Now, next you would see is physical distance, which I've already spoken. Have a designated space in your room. Guys, these are very small, practical things I'm going to tell you, but they're going to make significant changes, especially in the time of so much unrest. Palpitation in the body, stiffness of muscles. When you scroll your phone, you see slowly your shoulders start coming to your ear. I mean, a lot of you would have noticed that when you are in the moment of anxiety or unrest, slowly your shoulder comes to your ear. And when somebody asks you to relax, you're like, I feel relaxed. This is the tension in the body that you feel when you are paying too much attention to the news, which is an emotional jump. Coming back to the physical distance, have a designated space in your room where you can keep your electronic devices, especially your phone. So the moment when you get up from the bed, your phone is just not at the arm's distance. And definitely when I say have a designated space, it definitely doesn't mean near your pillow or the bedside table or somewhere where you do not have to walk and get your phone. Keep your phone at a place where you have to walk 5 steps, 10 steps, and only then you can get your phone. Your mind, your amygdala will get hijacked by the first thing that you see on your phone. And especially in the time of so much unrest, the news that is coming in is not very pleasing to all of us. Your amygdala will be hijacked, your reasoning and logic will be overpowered, and you know what will happen to the rest of the day. That will be a complete drain on energy. All right. Now, I was talking to my son yesterday that, okay, I'm going to have a session on mental well-being and how people should make very judicious use of digital content. And he came up with a word known as doom scrolling. I don't know how many of you know about doom scrolling, but doom scrolling is basically an activity where you sit with your phone to type a message that, hey, I am coming, I'll be in office in next 10 minutes. And then a news pops up. You check that news and then you scroll. This is how these days the apps are designed. It is extremely based on the terrible concept of doom scrolling. You keep scrolling, and by the time you realize that you are done scrolling, your shoulders are to your ears, you are breathing heavy, you feel something in your chest, and then when you look at the clock, it is already 45 minutes gone. This is what my 11-year-old tells me, who is slowly getting into the habit of scrolling shorts. But together we found out this and we are working on this. So I wanted to share this with all of you because, doom scrolling will only create anxiety. You will lose track of time. You will lose things that can come in your circle of control, and you are disconnected from the real world. And I'm not even putting a lot of stress on how your body feels tense, your eyes are drained, your mouth is dry, your back hurts. These are the things that you would have experienced. Because somewhere or the other point, with these so many apps and fancy things coming up, we all have got into like the practice of doom scrolling. So doom scrolling is something that you have to consciously put efforts of not doing. All right. Now, I would bring your attention to a very important segment of today, which is the resilience plan. So, it is very important to understand the shift of your energy from thinking to doing. We think a lot of things. One day I would like to travel the world. One day I would like to fit into this size of clothes. Someday I will cook this recipe that I saw on YouTube. How many times have we created smaller steps to convert these action plans into executionary plans? And this is where this very important segment of the day comes into play, which is the resilience plan. Nancy, I'm going to give you this presentation after the workshop, and I would definitely encourage everybody to do this exercise. You can do it now. I have time slotted for this. So, the 1st thing that I would like to bring into your attention is the anchor habits. Now, what are anchor habits? Okay, before that, let me speak to you like a doctor. The antidote to despair is doing, right? We, in the moments of despair, what do? Why do we tell people that, would you like to have a glass of water? Would you like to have tea? We say that chai solves everything. Not necessarily, but it puts us on the track of doing. So the antidote, like when I say that the antidote to despair is doing, we can feel we can do something. If we get into that feeling, our cortisol level, our stress level drops. We come across a situation of crisis. There are people in the group immediately who will start thinking, okay, then this is the problem, this is the crisis, what we can do. Nancy and I, we are in the middle of something and something unscrupulous, something unprecedented happens. Nancy would be like, Ragini, this is the situation. Now what we can do? This works as an antidote. So when I talk about the anchor habits are small habits which should be non-negotiable in your daily routine. Yeah. We say that resilience is not a solo sport. It is built through connections. Connections with yourself, connections with your surrounding, connections with your immediate beneficiaries, or connection with the people in your circle of concern. And when you master that, slowly you move to your circle of control. And slowly, when you master that, you move to the circle of concern. So, what are some anchor habits that you can definitely take into being? It could be walking a pet. It could be praying, regardless whatever is happening in the world. It could be watering your plants. It could be non-negotiable action of having evening tea with your family, or just 10 minutes play with your child or anybody, or 10 minutes of some light-hearted conversation with your parents at home. One anchor habit is definitely going to put you on the path of resilience, on the path of doing, that will take care of so much digital chaos, so much noise which is around us. Next is micro contribution, gratitude, thankfulness, thanksgiving to the Almighty, to the Supreme Power that He has enabled us to do a lot of things for others. Engage yourself into micro contributions by doing one small thing for somebody. It could be opening door for somebody whose both hands are full and using the shoulder to open the door, or just bringing a cup of coffee for a colleague who's been working all through the day. A little donation, a little check-in call, a little text of, hey, I was thinking about you, hope you're doing well today, or something as simple as a community service. Come on, let's look at the garden of our apartment. Let us count how many plants do we have. Do we want to contribute a plant to the apartment's garden? Or do we want to get candies for everyone at work? A small contribution is going to bring a significant change in how you look at the distress around us. Next, check-in protocols. Our check-in protocols have been simpler things like, how are you doing? How's things at home? How are your parents? Okay, so how's the studies going on? Did you see that news? No. Immediately put a boundary to it. Understand that putting boundaries even in your check-in protocols is going to help. It might be okay for you, but it might not be okay to the person you're talking. I'll give you an example of a very small shift. I ask you, how are you doing? It is a very open-ended question. But if I ask you, how are you doing today? Immediately your mind will get into internalizing the weather inside you between foggy, stormy, and sunny. Not necessarily the same term, but the feelings would remain. So, with this small shift, that how are you doing to how are you doing today, will definitely bring a lot of change in the conversation that you're having. And the last, but definitely one of the most important part of the resilience plan is understanding your boundaries. We're all sitting for a meeting, and something not very pleasant is happening in the world. We sit in the meeting, we talk about our work, we talk about the deliverables, and then someone says, I could not sleep whole of last night, I was watching the news. All right, you respond to that. I understand. I understand how troublesome that can be for you. Do not elongate these discussions. Understand that at workplace, your boundaries are limited. You would like to come back to work, especially knowing that this is a time of where people are having a lot of unsettling feelings. People can be they can be feeling overwhelmed just at the drop of the hat. What do you do then? When the discussions are on, always try to notice if there is an unrest within you. So, now when I'm talking to you, I can feel my breathing is heavy. I am also a part of this digital world. I'm also consuming a lot of news. Slowly, I'm helping myself to filter out a lot of things that are not needed for me. But see, when you talk about it, it affects your breathing. So, having boundaries at workplace, even within families, it's very important. As soon as you notice that there is a spur of overwhelmness in you or around you, bring your discussion back to the task, accounted tasks, so that after you are done discussing or after you are done accomplishing those tasks, you feel grounded, you feel better. All right. With this, I would again invite all of you for a box breathing activity. Sit straight, back straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're back. Awesome. How does that feel? How does it feel for all of you?
Energized.
Lovely, lovely. I can see a heart. I can see
Lots of thumbs up
yes,
as well.
lots of thumbs up. Great, great, lovely. Understand
Fantastic.
as a community, you have to keep reminding yourselves that you are a part of the community where you can contribute significantly and you do not become victims of whatever is happening around. And how will that happen? That will happen when the shift is from the essential self to the constructed self. We did box breathing. We did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We understood what is digital hygiene. We understood why things are important for us to filter out, why it is important for us to have our cups full, and why we are here together to address these things as a team, as somebody who are all part of the community of this big, beautiful world. Three homeworks before we come to the last segment of today's workshop. One, please practice box breathing at home and please teach box breathing to people around you. Second, whenever you feel that you feel scattered or you are all around, please practice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you do not remember this, I will share my PPT with Nancy and you can refer to that. Three, please think of one anchor habit that you're going to follow in next 1 week. One act of gratitude or one act of kindness or one small contribution that you would like to do. And keep a note of it. Please keep a note of it. Commit to all of this for 1 week and you will notice the difference. And you'll see that there's a lighthouse in the fog. And last but not the least, you're not alone in this. You're not alone in all of this. A help is always available. So, Ankit, if you may allow, I have a small grounding exercise where I would like all of you to close your eyes and just pay attention to what I'm talking. Now, as we close our session, I invite all of you to take a moment to transition from the doing of the day to a state of being. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Feel the weight of your body in the chair or the place you're sitting and feel the floor supporting your feet. Now, I would like you to visualize a mountain. In your mind's eye, bring to life the image of a magnificent mountain, a big mountain that you might have seen in movies and pictures, or you have just imagined, or perhaps you have visited. Notice its massive base, and it is rooted deep into the bedrock of the earth. Notice its steep, sloping sides and its highs. Imagine the unshakable peak reaching into the sky. As you see all of this, imagine the weather changing around your mountain. Thick fog rolls in and it is obstructing your view. Don't like it? A violent storm hits with wind and rain. Not very pleasant. But the season shifts now. Snow blankets the slopes in winter, and then the sun blazes in the summer. Sometimes the mountain is pelted by hail, and sometimes it is shrouded in clouds so thick you can't see the peak at all. Through all of this, the storm, the fog, and the changing light, what is constant? The mountain is constant. It simply sits, still with high peak, still with its base bedrocked into the earth solid. It doesn't react to the weather. It does not try to change the clouds. It remains grounded, it remains solid, and it remains magnificent. Now, slowly think of yourself outside your body and imagine you are the mountain. The uncertainties, the unrest in your life, the fog of your projects, or the storm of your very busy schedule. That's just the weather, but you're still standing still solid. It is external and very temporary. It passes. But your core, your value system, your strength, and your presence remains unmoved. Slowly, when I invite you to come back to the room, take deep breaths and carry the mountain like stillness with you. For one final time, feel your feet on the ground. Take deep breath, rub your palm, feel the warmth of your palm on your face, and when you're ready, slowly open your eyes with the thought that the weather of the world will always change. When things feel uncertain, remember, you are the mountain, just sitting, just breathe and relax.
Wow, that was really amazing, Ragini. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Ankit.
Thank you, thank you.
And with this, I would like to open the floor for question and answer, feedback, anything, any sharing. I would encourage a lot of sharing because with sharing, we always feel connected.
Yes.
Yes, Ragini, yes. Thank you so much. And it was really amazing and engaging session, actually.
Thank
and
you, Ankit.
it's amazing how something as simple as breathing can help calm the mind and bring a sense of balance. And we take these things, small things, for granted, but somebody telling us to, breathe in a certain manner and breathing exercises, it really helps. It really helps.
Because,
Great.
Ankit, breathing is something which is given to us by nature, which we don't realize, but it keeps happening till the time you are alive.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, well
This
said.
is something very underrated, but this is something very important for all of us. The day you have learned to notice your breathing is the day you have started looking into your soul. And there's nothing as beautiful as looking into your soul. So, yes,
Well
I'm ready
said,
for
well said.
questions, feedback.
Yes, now we would like to open the floor for Q&A. So if you have any questions, we can just put it in the chat box. And probably I and Ragini, I can read out the questions with the name.
Definitely.
Just mention your names as well, so that we know who is asking questions. And then probably Ragini would try her best to, take as many questions in the limited slot. Okay. We can't really open the mics currently because then it'll be too much of chaos, everybody talking. So we, just for the ease of everybody, we'll just limited the questions for the chat box. Okay. Ragini, while our audience is also, thinking about questions and typing, I was just, while we were doing the exercise also, I was just constantly, my phone was buzzing, my half of the mind was there, half of the mind on this webinar. So how do you control such things? I know, it's mind exercises you do, but then we are, at the end of the day, we are working individuals, and I can talk of, I think most of our audience is here. So even if we try to meditate, even if we try to concentrate on, exercises such as, which we did, our phone buzzes, our emails are, buzzing, something happening in the background, so our mind gets really distracted. Is there a technique or any tool or tip you can give to us, probably?
Okay. Ankit, I am also a guest faculty in 2 to 3 central universities in India. So I will get into my teacher mode now for next 2 minutes, and I'll tell you how that helps. How it helps is by self-discipline. When I had started learning about NLP, neuro-linguistic behavior and coaching, meditating for me was something which is absolutely Greek to me. The moment I start meditating, songs used to come in my mind. It will take days. It might take months. First, you have to control the physical chaos around you. So, like you said, your phone was constantly buzzing, and your subconscious will keep telling you that, Ankit, you have work after this workshop. You have a lot of things to address after this 1 hour session is over. This is where you pick up the micro habits. This is where you become accountable to the actions which you are performing in daily life. I understand because you're handling multiple things, but in a moment or a space where you feel you have to be focused 200%, in those moments, maybe just keep phone away from your reach. I understand physically it will be away from your reach, but mentally you are there. It will take time, I'm saying again. But then remember, you are the mountain.
Yeah.
Weather will change, but you are there steady, grounded. And one day you will also, start appreciating yourself that, oh, wow, it's been 45 minutes and I've not touched my phone. The overwhelm from, oh my God, it is 45 minutes and I'm constantly scrolling YouTube shorts or Instagram reels. To, oh my God, it's 45 minutes, I haven't touched my phone.
Yeah.
So it happens with a lot of self-discipline. It happens a lot with practice, and it doesn't happen in a day. That is why these things are encouraged to do in groups so that you can become accountability partner for each one of you. So if you would like to do that in groups, I can share some things through email to you, Nancy, and maybe you can just float it. These are very simple things you read in practice, and slowly you get into that groove of very subconsciously doing it.
Sure. And we have a couple of questions also, Ragini.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We have Sabita Rangarajan asking, is doom scrolling an anxiety issue? Sabita is asking this.
Yes, it's a doom scrolling is a vicious circle. It starts with a little anxiety, but all that it gets you in the end is more anxiety. So dealing with a little anxiety by consciously not scrolling in your phone, or have somebody around you, the moment they see you on phone for more than 10 minutes, tell them that, listen, just ask me, check in with me that what are you watching on your phone? That's not interference, that's concern. So if you have somebody in the family or in your workplace, just ask that person to put a check on you that when you look at me with my phone for more than 10 minutes, just ask. If I'm doing something important, I will respond. And if I'm not, I'll be like, oh my God, so sorry. I was again doom scrolling, and you'll put your phone back. These things, these little beautiful, sweet nudges will really help you to bring significant changes. So yes, Sabita, doom scrolling is rooted from anxiety, but it will take you to more anxiety. So dealing with little anxiety at the onset of it is better than dealing with a larger chunk of anxiety later on.
Great.
I hope I'm able to answer to that.
Yeah, we'll quickly take one more question. It says, what will be the best time to meditate? Like how you mentioned screen control for 15 minutes post waking up and 15 minutes before bed. Sony is asking this. Best time to meditate. Yeah.
Okay, so when I think from my map of the world, for me, meditation works immediately 15 minutes before I go to the bed. But for you, it can be any time, even while you're traveling to work. Meditation time is the only time when you are uninterrupted by any physical force of energy that becomes a hindrance in your meditation. Any time is a good meditation time that can, you will imagine, Ankit and Nancy, the beauty of meditation is that you can even do it while doing things like cooking or doing a page of mandala as we call it these days.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah. Meditation is not sitting somewhere under the tree and having a yoga posture. No. Meditating is something that you zero down in the moment. If I am cooking, I am only focusing on the potato I am chopping. That's also meditation. If I'm doing some handwork, some embroidery work, I'm only focusing on the texture of the thread and the color. That's also meditating. If you're listening to a song, you're only listening to a song. That is also meditating. So there's no one rule for all. You can choose your time. Yes, to begin with, choose a time when you feel there'll be less chaos around you. I understand, and I'm assuming that mornings can be slightly busy or chaotic for all of us. Since we are all working professionals, we can have other people at home. So choose a time that works the best for you. For me, my non-negotiable time is 15 minutes before I go to bed, and that is the time when I meditate. Also, if I am lucky to travel in a not so busy metro, I also meditate during my metro rides to work. So yes, it
Great.
works the way it works for you.
Okay, one interesting question, and I can't skip that actually. It is from
Yeah.
my CEO. He says, how do we stick and adhere to what we learned today? I learn and think that I will do it from tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. I think it's with most of us actually. We
Yeah.
plan in a certain way,
Yeah.
a small thing as as simple as going to a gym or going for a walk, but then we get too much tangled in the daily work life and personal life as
Yes.
well that tomorrow never comes. So how do we deal with that?
Okay. So I will just tell you a very small step to do that. Have an accountability journal with you, a pocket size accountability journal with you after this session, and do that if you would like to stick to this, because yes, tomorrow will never come. After this, you might be so happy, and I can see a lot of thank yous, but immediately after this, something else will come up, something more important will come up, something that needs immediate attention will come up. Have an accountability journal which will always be there with you. Start using your hand and fingers. Rudolf Steiner, a German philosopher, had said that education is nothing but anything that stems from your body or nature. Rudolf Steiner was saying things that you do with your hand are the things that stays with you. How fond we are saying that, hey, this sweater is knitted by my grandmom. My son baked a cake for me, or I made this presentation. Things that you do with your hands. So coming back to the question, go home today, in your accountability journal, write one small action that you're going to take daily, one non-negotiable that you're going to stick. It can be 5, but at least stick to one. Have an accountability partner at home or at work and help each other. That's the only way, Ankit, we can move ahead.
Yeah.
Because, we are social beings. We cannot function in isolation. We need people. We need exchange of energies. We need exchange of ideas. There's nothing new that I've told you all today in the session, but the cosmos conspired, the nature conspired in a way that it had to come through me. And that is where
Right.
I play a small role in your lives today. So this is
No,
what you
no,
can
thank
do.
you.
An accountability journal will definitely help. I have started doing that for past 3 years. And after a month, when you look back to your accountability journal, you will also appreciate yourself for taking that one long and tiring journey all through by yourself.
Correct, correct. Thank you so much, Ragini. And I think we are short of time now, so that would
Yes.
be our last question. Okay, with this, let me see if we have. Okay, so with this, we come to an end of the session. I would really like to, first of all, thank our speaker, Ragini, for sharing such meaningful thoughts and practical tools with us. A special thank you to Fidelity Insurance providing this opportunity and supporting initiatives that focus on employee well-being and resilience. And of course, thank you everyone who have joined us today and participated in this session. We will also be sharing a feedback link with the HR team of Fidelity, who will circulate it with all of the audience today. We would truly appreciate your feedback as it helps us continuing improving and bringing more valuable sessions like these. Also, we have an exciting opportunity for those of you who wish to have a one-on-one session with experts from Ragini and Ragini's team. We'll be sharing a registration details shortly, so please feel free to sign up for that, and you can connect with your HR for more details about it. Okay, so thank you so much. We look forward to bringing more sessions and initiatives like this in future.
Thank you.
To continue support mental well-being. And since we are in blessed month of Ramadan, we extend our warm wishes to everyone observing and hoping the remaining days of the month are peaceful, meaningful, and fulfilling. Thank you once again, and wishing everyone a safe, calm, and balanced week ahead. Any last thoughts from Ragini? You would like to say something? Yeah.
Yes, I would like to thank you, Nancy, and the entire team who was behind organizing this beautiful session. Sometimes when you are not at the forefront of facing any kind of anxiety, you definitely feel for people who are there facing all the wrath. And I am very lucky to, play this role today where I am pouring my cup into your cups, and I'm hoping that the cup sustains. And just one line by my one of my most favorite lines, which I end up my sessions with usually. It is a line by a very famous writer in India, Ram Dass, and I think a lot of you would know him. He says that do not forget that at the end we are all walking each other home. So it was my
Yes.
one very small effort where I'm just helping all of us to walk each other home. With this thought, I would like to end the session. And thank you so much for participating. Your 1 hour meant a lot
Yeah.
to me. And
A special
to
mention.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry
Sorry,
to
sorry.
cut you short, Ragini. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no. So
No.
to everyone who has taken out time from your busy schedule
Yeah.
and shown some trust in this beautiful process of neuro-linguistic programming and would like to know more, Ankit and Nancy would help you. And I'll be more
Yes.
than happy to be of any help in whichever capacities I can. Thank you, Ankit.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you,
Thank you
Dr.
so much,
Arjun and Dr.
Ragini.
Anna, for giving us this opportunity of organizing this session. To a special shout out to Dr. Arjun and Anna. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch for the one-on-one sessions and the
Surely.
further registrations. And thank you, everyone. A good day
Thanks,
ahead.
Ankit.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
you.
Have a great Monday,
Thanks.
all of
Great.
you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Nancy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Ankit.
Bye.
Bye.